Could Tchouameni to Arsenal be a real possibility this summer? Yes, people, welcome back to another Arsenal transfer news video. As always, if you do not want to miss daily Arsenal transfer news vids, which I'm guessing you don't since you're clicking on this video, make sure you subscribe for daily Arsenal transfer news videos on my road to 4,000. And importantly, hit the bell notification button so you never miss a future video on this channel. It's a win-win for both of us. And let me know in the comment section your thoughts on Tchouameni's potential move to Arsenal. Let's not waste any more time and get straight into the tweet brought today by Gunnar Chris, stating this: according to Ben Jacobs, who is a journalist, Aurelian Tchouameni might end up at Arsenal this summer. Speaking on the football terrace, Jacobs suggests that Arsenal are great admirers of the Real Madrid midfielder and are monitoring both him and Romeo Lavia during this transfer window, and that's exactly the type of news I want to hear. I'm a massive fan of Aurelian Tchouameni, as are you guys as well. I've heard it in the comment section on previous videos that I've released on that man. And look, I understand it's a difficult deal to pull off. I understand that Real Madrid like him a lot and regard him as one of their best prospects. But if they want to sign Kylian Mbappe, which is looking like the signs this summer, they're going to have to let Tchouameni go. It's either him or Valverde. I've explained it before. Basically, Real Madrid need capital. They signed Jude Bellingham for a lot of their budget. And I think if you told them that they could get Kylian Mbappe this summer, I don't think they would have signed Jude Bellingham. I think they would have spent the majority of the money on Kylian Mbappe. But either way, Bellingham's in the door. They're going to need to raise more money to get Mbappe if Mbappe leaves this summer. And if that's the case, that means someone like Tchouameni or Valverde has to go. There's no two ways about it. They're not going to sell Vinicius. I can't see them selling Rodrigo. They've just signed Bellingham, so they're not going to sell him. Camavinga potentially could be another one on the chopping block, but I see him as a more versatile player than Tchouameni. So, genuinely, I think Tchouameni Valverde could go, and if that's the case, Arsenal should be ready to swoop in. Now, there's positives for this one, and of course, I've seen Arsenal linked to other players. As mentioned in the tweet, it was Romeo Lavia, and I've heard also Moises Caicedo. But those deals are difficult, and I'll tell you why. First, the Caicedo one. Chelsea in pole position. They're in the front runner to sign Caicedo. They're still trying to agree a fee. Look, I still do believe Arsenal can get Caicedo if we move quick enough to get him. But the problem is, Arsenal need to sell first. We haven't got the capital right now to sign players. We've spent over 200 million on the likes of Rice, Timber and Kai Havertz. Money doesn't grow on trees for us. We have to sell now to buy. That's the process of operations. And while Chelsea seem to be nearing a completion with Brighton for Moises Caicedo, although they are playing with their food a little bit, the longer we wait, the quicker they're going to get the deal over the line. So the only way we can get Caicedo is if we sell quick enough and Chelsea still haven't wrapped up, that we swoop in and do reverse Mudryk and steal Caicedo off their fingertips, just like they stole Mykhailo Mudryk from us. That's what we need to do. But the thing is, the chance of that happening, who knows? Who knows, man? I think Chelsea will wrap up Moises Caicedo within the next week or 2 weeks. And if we can sell in that time, perfect. But knowing Arsenal, everything seems to take much longer than it should. Then you're looking at Romeo Lavia. Now, I'm a fan of Romeo Lavia, but I'm not a massive fan of Romeo Lavia. Why do I say this? If Romeo Lavia came as a backup to Thomas Partey, I'd absolutely love it. The guy's only 19 years old. Yes, he just got relegated with Southampton, but we've seen relegated players take that step up in their next club, whether it was Wijnaldum, Robertson going to Liverpool, or even Ramsdale coming to us, Arsenal. He's been fantastic in his first 2 seasons. But playing that CDM role is very, very rare. Even when we signed Aaron Ramsdale, right? We signed him as a backup to Leno. It's only when he got thrust into that team that he did amazing things. Signing Lavia as a Thomas Partey replacement is a lot of weight on that guy's shoulders. The reason I say it's very rare is because it's very rare you see a top team do really well with a young defensive midfielder. When I say young, I understand Tchouameni and Caicedo are only 21, 22 years of age as well, but they've got bags of experience under their belt. They've played in Champions Leagues and World Cups, especially in the case of Tchouameni, and Caicedo has already been in the Prem for a season or two. So they're really good players in that sense. Lavia's had 1 season in the top flight and he got relegated bottom of the table. Now I understand that's not all down to him and it's unfair to cast a judgment so soon. But the signs are that if you want to be a top CDM, you have to have some years under your belt. I'm not saying you have to be 30 like Casemiro, but a good 26, 27-year-old is a really good option like Rodri, or a 21, 22-year-old that's already had experience in big moments like a Tchouameni and to a lesser extent Moises Caicedo. That's what I'd like to see Arsenal bring in. The problem is I can only see Arsenal signing a defensive midfielder if we get rid of Thomas Partey. And if that's the case, Romeo Lavia isn't the right man to bring in. So why does Tchouameni make sense then? We've already explained that Arsenal need to sell first to buy. We've spent our money early, and Arteta gave a conference actually, and they asked him, is there going to be any more business? And he said, we'll see, there's a lot of time left in the window. Obviously, he wasn't giving a lot away, and he kept his cards close to his chest, as you'd expect a manager to do. But I think he was right. I think he was genuinely honest. We'll see. That's Arteta's judgment. If we sell, we can buy. That's probably Arsenal's stance right now. The only way they're bringing in players is if they sell first. And we understand that the only way Real Madrid sell Tchouameni is if they bring Mbappe in first. So there's going to be delays on both sides. It's not like Caicedo where Brighton are basically ready to sell now. They're just waiting for someone to pay 90 to 100 million. Real Madrid don't want to sell Tchouameni right now. If the stance changes on Mbappe, which it may later on, we understand PSG are giving Mbappe a deadline to say, look, you're either signing a new contract or you're going. And once that deadline elapses, that's when Real Madrid will make their move. I guess they're just waiting in the shadows right now, seeing what Mbappe does. As soon as they get the green light from Mbappe and PSG saying, look, you're going because you're not signing a new contract. We're selling you right now because we want money up front. We don't want to lose you for free in next summer. Then I think Real Madrid will go, okay, Project Mbappe, let's go for it. Who needs to go? Tchouameni, Valverde, goodbye. We're looking to bring in Kylian. I think that's going to be Real Madrid's game plan, right? So that works for us because in the meantime, we do our business. We sell, get rid of the old, in with the new. That's what let's see Arsenal do. Look, I've heard rumours already that Pepe might go to Saudi Arabia. Lovely. Saudi Arabia interested? Goodbye, Nicolas Pepe. I know it was our most expensive signing before Rice. Doesn't matter. Hasn't lived up to the expectation. Goodbye. You take 15 to 20 million, off you go. Rob Holding wanted by Besiktas, off you go. Other players wanted Nuno Tavares, Sambi Lokonga. If these players are wanted by other clubs, let them go, man. I know some fans have got affinity to players like Kieran Tierney and Balogun, Nketiah. Fans like those players. But if I told you Arsenal can sell Balogun, Tierney and Partey and use that money to bring in Tchouameni, every single Arsenal fan is taking that. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Tierney's biggest fan. If I give you the opportunity to sell Tierney, Balogun and Partey for 100 million combined and we use that money to bring in Tchouameni, every single Arsenal fan's doing that. So you have to be ruthless right now. If there's fringe players that you know aren't going to get consistent minutes in the team and aren't going to make a big enough contribution to impact whether we win the Premier League or Champions League, it's time to let go of them. Let them go and bring in better. That would be my policy. So Arsenal needs to move quickly on this one. Now, it is risky selling all those players because if we do sell those players, right, and we don't have a CDM lined up and we don't have an adequate replacement on the market or it costs way more than we anticipated, then we're in a bit of a situation where we've sold most of our squad and we haven't gotten a replacement in. So Arsenal have to move smart. Now, this is where Edu earns his bucks. He's on a big wage for a reason. You have to negotiate wisely. Sell right to buy right. Because there's two sides of the negotiation. He's bought well so far, but can he sell well? Because the track record right now is that he doesn't. He sold Leno for 8 million. I'm not being funny. I could have got 15 million for Leno at least. How are you selling him for only 8 million? I think Man United are going to get 20 million for Dean Henderson or something like that. So I'm looking at it from that sense, thinking Leno's a really good goalkeeper. He did amazing for Fulham last season. You should be getting more than that amount of money. Right now, selling-wise, he's not covering himself in glory, Edu Gaspar. But this summer's big for him. Because this summer's where you have to sell your big assets. The likes of, when I say big assets, I don't mean the Sakas, Erdegaards, of course not. But assets that go for 30, 40 million, your young players like the Balogans. Maybe Charlie Patino wants to move on. Obviously, it's sad to see, but the guy ain't going to get minutes here at this season, so why not moving on? But this is where you have to be smart. Don't just sell like we've done in the past. Serge Gnabry, you ain't going to get minutes, goodbye. That's not the right thing to do. I understand if that's a Rob Holding or Pepe. That's fine, let him go. Don't bother with the sell-on clauses and buyback clauses. Forget it, man. Just let him go. But if you're selling a Balogun, if you're selling a Patino, that's when you insert sell-on clauses because they're young. They've got potential. They're going to get better. So you include some insurance, buyback clauses, sell-on clauses, sell for a lot of money. More money down the future for appearance bonuses, stuff like that. That's what we need to include in those type of guys' contracts. That's what I want to see Edu Gaspar do. So look, is Tchouameni to Arsenal going to happen? In my opinion, I don't think it's going to happen right now. But a lot can change. Look, a lot can change in football. Last year, if I told you we're signing Declan Rice before the season started, you'd be like, absolutely not. Now look what's happened. We've got Champions League, we signed Declan Rice. So anything can happen in football. If Real Madrid turn around and PSG go, I want to sell Mbappe, and Real Madrid turn around and go, okay, we need Mbappe this season. We need to sign him because they were going to let him go. We can't let him go anywhere else. Then when push comes to shove, they're going to get rid of Tchouameni and Valverde if they need the capital to sign Mbappe. Because that's how it is in football. Real Madrid are a ruthless club. They understand Tchouameni's an amazing player, but they let him go for better things. Tchouameni goes for Mbappe to be signed. Arsenal need to do a similar thing. If Tchouameni's available then, if the push comes to shove that Tchouameni can be bought by Arsenal, then you let players like Tierney, Balogun, Partey go. You don't want to see him go, but you understand that they're pawns in this chessboard. Sometimes you have to sacrifice your rook to get a queen. That's how it is. And that's how I see those players. Football is a little bit like chess, man, just like it is with business. You got to make the right moves, even though it's going to hurt. And even though you might have to sacrifice something right now to get reward down the line. And that's how I think it can be with Arsenal. So look, watch this space is what I would say. Of course, I'll be keeping you guys covered every single day of daily Arsenal transfer news. As soon as I hear more regarding the Tchouameni story, I'll be sure to let you guys know because I know it is a hot topic regarding Arsenal. But in the meantime and in between time, make sure you subscribe for daily Arsenal transfer news videos. I promise you do not want to miss it because you want to be kept up to date with daily Arsenal videos on my road to 4,000 subscribers, and hit the notification button so you never miss any of my future uploads. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like down below so it gets out to more people on the algorithm. I've been Wifey Boy. I appreciate you guys all for tuning in, and I hope to catch you all in my next one. Take care.